Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the Krame Center for Mindful Living. And welcome back to those of you who are a cherished regular part of our mindfulness community and meditation group. And a warm welcome to those of you who might be new and joining us for the first time. So very quickly, just a little bit about us. We're a global nonprofit organization whose mission is to make the benefits of mindfulness, self-compassion, and positive psychology accessible to everyone. And our goal is to help people become more resilient and live better lives through the programs that we offer. And we offer affordable pricing and scholarships, as well as these free weekly meditations. And our theme for the new year is living with an open heart. And this week's theme is character strengths. So I want to read you a quote by Pablo Picasso. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. So recently, we have begun to discuss the importance of cultivating an open heart. And with an open heart, we can begin to recognize the strengths and the gifts that make us unique and make us who we are as individuals. So this week, we will explore our own character strengths, which are the positive traits and capacities that we all have for thinking, feeling, and behaving a certain way. And these are qualities that benefit not only us, but everyone around us. However, many of us are not even aware of our own personal strengths or our very best qualities. And recognizing our character strengths really gives us the ability to use them in our daily life, which in turn can really enhance our well-being. Research shows that drawing upon strengths cultivates resilience. So it can be helpful to explore what our unique strengths are, whether we are working toward a goal that we set for, say, a New Year's resolution, trying to excel at work, or aiming to improve a very important, significant relationship in our lives. Using our character strengths can support us in working towards these goals, right? But using our unique strengths is particularly important when we're faced with challenges, because it can help us remain balanced in the midst of a difficulty. And it may even help us change our perspective, gain greater clarity, and find creative solutions. So it's important to intentionally identify our own strengths and then make a commitment to begin using them in daily life, so that when we are faced with adversity, we can more easily and naturally rely on them. So a good way to do this is by identifying one and then using it every day for a week. And then try changing the strength each week and do this for a month and see what happens. Right? The research shows that we can begin to make some significant changes in as little as a month in terms of our neural networks and our wiring and how we are able to deal with situations when we begin to introduce things that will support us. Whether it's gratitude, or whether it's cultivating an open heart, or whether it's identifying and developing our own character strengths. So I love this quote by Marilyn Voss Savant, and she says, "Success is achieved by developing our strengths, not by eliminating our weaknesses." Right? So focusing on the positive, focusing on what's working for us, identifying our own unique strengths, developing them, cultivating them, and then using them, right? Okay, so we're going to move into our meditation now. So I'm going to invite you to adjust your posture if that's necessary, maybe even a little stretch or a neck roll. And if you're going to close your eyes, the invitation is to close your eyes. Please do so now. But even just softening the gaze is perfectly fine as well. And so maybe taking a nice deep inhalation and exhalation, and just beginning to allow yourself to settle. So perhaps softening into the chair or cushion that you're sitting on, and letting go of anything that came beforehand. And likewise, letting go of whatever's going to come later, whether it's dinner or some work or children to tend to, but just letting yourself, giving yourself permission to be here fully. And maybe even bringing your awareness into the contact points of your soles on the floor, the soles of your feet where they're making contact on the floor. Or tuning into where your sits bones are making contact with the seat that you're sitting in. And maybe noticing where your hands are placed. Perhaps they're resting on your thighs or resting in each other or in your lap. But allowing these contact points to be a way of further grounding into the body and into this moment. Maybe feeling the support of the chair, the support of the floor below you or the earth beneath that. Just allowing yourself to be held by the support of your own body. And then as you're ready, beginning to turn your attention inward. Maybe taking your own internal temperature and just noticing, how am I in this moment? And allowing it to be just as it is, but just noticing how you are in this moment. Maybe even offering yourself a warm welcome with an inner smile. Arriving at your own door with a warm welcome. And now, as you're ready, turning your attention to the breath. Just following along with the rhythm of your own breath cycle, just as it is. So not needing to change it in any way, but just following each breath, one breath at a time. One breath in, one breath out. Another breath in, and another breath out. Maybe noticing where for you in this moment you can feel the breath most vividly. And just kind of tuning in to that place, whether it's in the belly, feeling the belly rise and fall with each in and out breath. Or maybe for you in this moment, you can feel the breath in the chest region as the rib cage expands on the in-breath. Maybe even perceiving the deflation of the lungs on the out-breath. Or maybe for you, it's a coolness at the back of the throat, sensing the air on the in-breath, or a warmth or a little bit of moisture on the out-breath as the air passes through the nostrils and across the upper lip. So just tuning in to where the breath is most vividly felt right now. Just riding the waves of your own breath cycle. And now I invite you to notice the qualities of the breath. And again, not needing to change anything, but just paying attention and noticing, is the breath easy or labored? Is each breath long or is it short? Is it thick or thin? Just anchoring your attention and your awareness into the breath. And if the mind wanders, then that's perfectly fine, but Just gently guiding it back to the breath, staying with the breath like you would a trusted companion or a trusted friend. Now releasing your attention from the breath. I invite you to take a moment to begin to reflect on your own unique strengths and gifts. And just taking a moment to acknowledge the goodness in you that you offer the world. What are your unique strengths? Maybe you're extremely caring. Maybe you're the first one to go and help a friend. Or are you creative? Perhaps you create beautiful drawings or paintings, or take beautiful photographs. Or maybe you're a strong leader, leading your team at work. But just taking some time to reflect on your strengths, the gifts that make you uniquely you. So reflecting on some of the character traits and seeing what resonates with you as a strength, whether it's appreciation of beauty and excellence, bravery, curiosity, fairness, forgiveness, honesty, hope, humility, humor, kindness, love of learning, perseverance, spirituality, zest. There's so many. But maybe now you've identified some strengths that are uniquely yours. Maybe allowing yourself to have gratitude and to honor these good qualities. And taking a moment to reflect on the following questions. Do I use my character strengths in daily life? Do I draw upon my character strengths when I need them? whether it's in a physical activity, a work task, in my personal life, a challenge, or a difficult moment. And if you recognize that you don't use your strengths regularly, well, that's okay. And now taking a moment to think of how you can start to use one strength, just one, each day, moving forward. Just for a week. Remembering that it's important to draw upon our strengths at all times, but particularly in the face of a challenge. Now, maybe taking a moment to think about a past difficulty that you have resolved. Nothing too challenging, but something that you resolved, and bringing to mind the details. What happened? What did you do? What did you say? What was the outcome? Maybe it was a challenge at work, or a challenge with a partner. But just thinking back now, did you use any of the strengths that you just identified earlier? And if so, which of these strengths did you draw upon? And in reflecting on this difficulty, if you didn't use any strengths, can you identify some now that you could draw upon during times of adversity moving forward? So just taking a moment to linger with the idea of identifying a character strength of yours as helpful, that can be very helpful in meeting challenges and cultivating resilience. And now just releasing this practice and returning to the breath, following the rhythm of your own breath cycle once again, one breath at a time, moment by moment. And as you're releasing this practice, just allowing yourself to rest in your own experience, just as it is and just as you are right now. If it feels right, keeping your eyes closed as we end with this poem, The Strength Within by Robert Longley. Build the world you dream of in your heart and in your mind. Leave things a little better from the challenges you find. Stretch yourself in directions that you wouldn't always go, and you will find new purpose and ways that you can grow. These are the seeds I've planted and sometimes seen come true. I find my strengths and value them, encourage them, coax them, and discover the strengths I already have within. And then as you're ready, just beginning to wiggle fingers and toes, allowing the eyes to gently open. Taking a moment to reorient yourself to the space you're in, to the screen in front of you. And I want to thank you for your practice. And as we usually do, I'm going to end with a weekly invitation. So I invite you to make a commitment to yourself to try using one strength of yours every day for this week. For example, if one of your strengths was appreciation of beauty and excellence, then perhaps you can make it a point to intentionally identify one thing of beauty each day and take a moment to acknowledge, to appreciate it, and to savor it. And then lastly, I just want to remind you all that we are beginning our winter courses. Our Mindful Self-Compassion course is already full, but we do have space in the 8-week MBSR course on Saturday mornings beginning February 12th. And again, once again, I see a couple of you wrote in the chat. You're very welcome. And you stay safe, well, and warm also. All right, so please join us again next week for our meditation. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.